The social network and application capabilities of Apple's iPhone capture the eyes of the U.S. military, and now soldiers test the phones to see if they can be used in combat. Staff Sergeant Reag believes iPhones will help U.S. soldiers fighting in Afghanistan.
I'm optimistic. I think the technology is pretty good. I also like the fact that these applications can be improved upon pretty easily. We've asked for improvements, and within days we've had those improvements made.
Wood and other soldiers wear the iPhones on their arms while they conduct military operations at White Sands Missile Range that simulate combat in Afghanistan.
This is definitely the cool factor of it. I haven't had any issues running around shooting enemy targets with this mounted on my arm at all.
Each iPhone the soldiers are given come with apps provided by Lockheed Martin, different apps than a regular iPhone user would be able to obtain, like this GyroCam app, which displays full motion video of potential targets.
They're hosted on our own private network, our own private little app store, if you will. They're only kind of allocated to our specific equipment.
Explains Paul Butterfoss, systems engineer with Lockheed Martin. He feels giving soldiers iPhones is great because the phones are so user-friendly.
In terms of the training, getting them up to speed on how to use the applications, it's taken all of 2 or 3 hours total to really make them feel comfortable with it because they know how to use the device, they know how to use the interface. There's nothing new that they have to learn.
Colonel Marisa A. Tanner believes using iPhones is the way to go because it would cost the military too much money to develop its own smartphone.
We're trying to leverage that technology that's already out there. It's getting cheaper every day. It's what everybody is familiar with, and it's the way they socialize and communicate.
The combat drills and operations at White Sands are the first ever to test iPhones in battle. The feedback the soldiers give who use the phones will determine if the military will use them in Afghanistan. Colonel Daniel Pinnell.
In blunt terms, in a roughest order of magnitude, I'm going to tell the Army whether this makes any sense at all. Is this the right thing to do? Is this a place to invest our funds?
Of course, some bugs will have to be worked out. Private First Class Clinton Herzik had technical difficulties with his phone during drills on this day.
It sounded garbled to me, just wasn't coming in loud and clear.
But for Staff Sergeant Reag, all the benefits of the phone, sharing video, photos, information, and being able to communicate to everyone in the field is something that could save lives in Afghanistan.
Each soldier can be a huge advantage on the battlefield if they can immediately input data. They're cheap, they're easy for us to use, people are very familiar with them.
It's too early to tell when the soldiers will use the phones in real combat. For KRWG, I'm Andersen.